JSheetz Hardware.
Technical pens with so many different varieties of brands and sizes and everything, it can be confusing on which brand to pick. And depending on what you're drawing, if you want to do doodles or portraits or something, then that's going to determine which pen you want to draw with. But today, we're going to be talking about the pros and cons of drawing with these technical pens. So, I have here the Micron, and this is a pen that is probably the most popular of all the technical pens for drawing. If you look out there or do a search, you will always come across the Micron as the #1 recommended brand of technical pen to draw with. So let's start talking about the cons of drawing with these pens. Number one, these are not refillable. So when you're done drawing with them, you have to throw them away. Although there are ways to refill these pens, the problem is that the tip of the pen, which is this one here, has a tiny little nib at the end here that can wear out. So even if you refill these, the nib of the pen is going to wear out and the line is not going to be consistent, and you're not going to get a straight line when you're drawing. Things are going to be not as good as when you had the pen before the refill. So that is one of the cons. Another con is that you're limited in the color of the ink depending on the pen that you buy. For example, some Microns, you can get different colors, and whereas other pens you might not be able to get different colors of that technical pen. So depending on the brand that you get, that's going to determine whether or not you can get different colors of ink to draw with. And being that these are not refillable, well, although you can technically refill these, but the nib of the pen is going to wear out. These don't allow you to be able to get as many different colors to draw with because of that. Another con to this pen is that they're actually a bit more fragile than something like a fountain pen. So if you're drawing with a technical pen, although these are more fragile, I guess one of the pros is that they're much cheaper. So you can just throw this pen away, get another one. They don't cost as much. You can get a pack of, 10 for under $20 at least. So these pens aren't that expensive. Another con is that although they are very cheap up front at the beginning, these pens can quickly become expensive if you do a lot of drawing. So let's say you do drawing for 6 to 10 hours a day or something. You're going to go through a lot of these pens, so it's going to be a lot more expensive than if you were to draw with something like an isograph or a refillable pen like a rotating isograph or a fountain pen. So what is another con about these pens? As far as what I can think, another one would be that when you're drawing with these, the nib of the pen, I have noticed that sometimes they start to wear out before you run out of ink, depending on the brand that you're using. So that's another thing. Now, what are some of the good things and pros about these pens? The good thing is that they're actually really cheap up front, convenient. You can just go anywhere and buy these a lot of the times. Pretty much any art store is going to carry some form of technical pen. Whereas if you're drawing with something such as a fountain pen or a rotating isograph, a lot of art stores don't carry those, and something like the rotating isograph or a certain fountain pen might be a special item or a special buy that you have to go online and get. So you can't just conveniently get these anywhere. Like if you're out doing a drawing and say you lose your pen and you're by a local art store and you want to pick up another one, well, there's most likely always going to be technical pens there, but not as likely to have rotating isographs or fountain pens. Another convenience of these pens is that they come in many different sizes. As you can see, the .05, and this one is the .8, and this one is the .1. So you get a large variety of sizes to draw with in different brands. So that can be a good thing, but maybe it can be a bad thing if you don't know what brand to get. Although the most popular technical pen is probably the Micron, which I have here. And I think another pro is that the ink that you have, you don't have to worry so much about the problem of ink drying up. You run out of ink before these dry. I mean, unless you have these for like 5 years, then you can have problems with ink drying up. Although actually I've had this pen, and my Microns I've used for some drawings, but I haven't done a lot of drawing with them. I've had these pens since 2012, and most of them actually are still able to draw, and the ink hasn't dried up yet, surprisingly. And that's been 7 or 8 years ago when I bought these. But another convenience of these that is a good thing is the maintenance. You don't have to have a lot of maintenance. If the pen quits working, just pick up a different one. They're not that expensive, so you don't have to worry about things such as cleaning the pen, filling a reservoir, cleaning a nib. You don't have to worry about putting it in certain solutions. You don't have to buy extra things. You don't got to buy extra ink. So they're way cheaper at the beginning, but the con is that they're actually more expensive in the long run, but very convenient. So these are some of the good things that I can think of for drawing with these pens. Do let me know in the comments below what you think are some of the other pros and cons that you can think of for drawing with these pens, and we can talk about that. But until then, you have a good day, and make sure that whatever you're drawing and anything else that you want to doodle, if you have any questions or anything you would like me to go over for any future videos or anything else, just let me know. You can find links in the description below, or the best way is to either comment or send me an email and we can talk about it. But have fun doodling out there, and let me know what are some things you like or maybe that you dislike about drawing with technical pens. And until then, give this video a like if you want, share it with your friends, and don't forget to subscribe for more content and doodles, drawing, and everything else. I'll see you later.